General education consists of two components, core requirements and breadth requirements. Your core requirements consist of composition, American institutions, quantitative literacy, information literacy, and diversity. Breadth requirements are humanities and creative arts, social sciences, and physical sciences and life sciences. Now, let's start looking at the core requirements in more depth. Composition, or English. To complete the composition requirement, you must earn a grade of C or better in English 2010. Depending on where you place, you may need some or all of the following prerequisite courses: English 900, 955, and 1010. English 900 and 955 are developmental courses that prepare you for college-level English courses. Courses numbered below the 1000 level do not count toward your graduation hours or affect your grade point average. You must earn a grade of C or better in them to progress to the next course in the sequence. American institutions. For this requirement, you must complete one of the following options with a grade of C or better: Political Science 1100, History 1700, Economics 1740, or History 2700 and History 2710. The last option is 2 history classes, which is the option best suited for history majors. Quantitative literacy. Quantitative literacy, math. In order to complete your quantitative literacy, or QL requirement, you must complete either Math 1030, 1040, 1050, 1080, or 2020 with a grade of C or better. Which QL course option you take will depend on your major. Just like your composition requirement, depending on where your placement is, you may need prerequisite courses. It truly is up to you to determine which type of math path would be best suited for your learning style. There are 2 pathways through math, the real path and the tech path. REAL stands for Real World Explorations Active Learning. In courses on the real path, students explore real-world situations with which they are already familiar while using the math needed to solve problems. For example, equivalent fractions are introduced using giant submarine sandwiches cut into pieces of various sizes. Students learn how math is used in their own lives. The traditional sequence of courses is 950, 970, QL, 1030, or 1040. Students who need a QL course other than 1030 or 1040 can follow this sequence: 950, 970, 1010, and any QL course. The tech path is geared toward students who are comfortable learning math on a computer. Courses are offered online or in a flipped format. A flipped or inverted class flips the traditional lecture class. Lectures are watched at home, and class time is turned into workshop time where students assimilate the new information. This format allows more time for teachers to interact with students instead of lecturing. The tech path goes through this sequence of courses: 950, 990, 1010, and any QL course. To determine where you need to begin on either of these paths, check your CatTrack's degree evaluation in your eWeber portal for your placement information. If you feel confident that your placement should be into a higher level class, you can take a placement test to demonstrate that. Please check Weber State University's Math and English Placement webpage for information on placement and placement expiration. You can find this by clicking on your placement in your CatTrack's app. Consult with your academic advisor if you have any questions. Complete your math and English classes as soon as possible because they provide foundational skills for success in higher level courses. You must earn a grade of C or better in one of the courses. If you choose the proficiency exam option, you would register for it as if it were a regular course. Then you would sign up for a time to take the exam during the semester. If you pass the exam within 2 attempts, this will fulfill the information literacy requirement. Diversity. To complete the diversity requirement, you must take one 3-credit-hour class from the list provided on this slide. Notice that your diversity class also meets other general education requirements. For example, Dance 1010, Intro to Dance, fulfills both the Creative Arts General Education requirement and the Diversity General Education requirement. Now, let's move on to the breadth requirements. The most important rule to remember in breadth is to make sure you do not duplicate departments. One of the purposes of general education is to expose you to a broad range of classes, so each of your breadth classes must come from different departments. For example, if you take a communication class in the Humanities and a theater class in the Creative Arts, you cannot take another communication class or theater arts class to fulfill a general education requirement. The duplication rule counts within each area as well as across the entire breadth section. Another thing to keep in mind in breadth is that you need a minimum grade of D- to fulfill the requirement. Humanities and Creative Arts. For this, you must complete 9 credits. 3 of those credits must be Humanities, which is 1 class. 3 credits must be Creative Arts, which is 1 class. And the last 3 credits can be either a class in Humanities or Creative Arts. Keep in mind that most of the course options on this list will be 3 credit-hour courses, which means you will be taking a total of 3 classes from this section. Social Sciences. To complete this requirement, you need to complete 6 credits or 2 classes from different departments in this section. Physical and Life Sciences. Just like the Humanities and Creative Arts section, you must complete a total of 9 credits in this section. 3 credits, which is usually 1 class, must be from Physical Sciences. 3 credits must be from Life Sciences, and the remaining 3 credits can be from either Physical or Life Sciences. This section, however, is unique in that it is possible to take a 5 credit-hour class from Physical Sciences and a 4 credit class from Life Sciences and fulfill the requirement. Also note that for the purpose of general education, taking a geography class and a geoscience class in Physical Sciences would be considered a duplication of departments. So if you were to take one of both, only one of those classes would count toward general education. The general education courses you choose depends on your major, so don't be afraid to check your course schedule with your academic advisor before each semester. WSU courses. WSU courses are not required to fulfill your general education. However, you may choose to take one or more of these courses because they will enable you to have more flexibility with electives by the time you complete your general education requirements. The WSU courses allow you to earn credit for 2 general education requirements with just 1 class. For example, if a student were to take WSU 1450, Intersections of Art and Communication, that student would earn 3 credits. However, they would fulfill both a Humanities and a Creative Arts requirement.